In this episode of Man Talk Live, I want to ask you a question. Have you been frustrated on not being able to grow your men's group, men's ministry through the time that you've been the men's leader or men's director, and you're at a point where you want to give up? Well, in this episode of Man Talk Live, I want to share with you 5 tips, 5 different ways on how you can grow your men's group through live streaming. And we're starting right now. Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to Man Talk Live, where we share helpful tips to inspire men like yourself to raise the standard of manhood so that you can be a great husband, a devoted father, and a man of integrity. And as we said in our opening tonight, we want to get into 5 tips that's going to help you to grow your men's group, your men's ministry, so that you can make an impact in the lives of men, in the lives of families, and in the lives of your community. And so if you're new here this evening on this special edition of Man Talk Live Sunday night, do me a favor in the live chat, let me know where you're watching me from. Give me a hashtag Team Live if you're watching me on YouTube or if you're watching me on LinkedIn. And if you're watching the replay if you're watching the replay on one of these social media platforms, do me a favor, give me a hashtag Team Live in the comment section. And so without further ado, hey, let's get into the content. Grab a pen, grab a pad. It's time to go to work. And so let's get into 5 different ways on how you can use live streaming to grow your men's group, especially if you have a small men's group of maybe 5 to 10 men and you're trying to grow it. There are times where the men are not as consistent in attending because of maybe scheduling conflicts, and they want to attend, but hey, there's a scheduling conflict because of family. There's a scheduling conflict because of the wife. You can't seem to find a consistent date where you can get them all together. And so you want to be able to think outside the box on how you can grow your men's group and not only get the men that you have there consistently coming, but maybe you're able to take it a step further and start reaching out to other men online through live streaming. So let's get into tip number 1. How can you use live streaming to grow your men's group, your men's ministry? Well, if you have a social media platform such as YouTube, you can schedule it on a certain date and time that's consistent when your men's group meets. So if you guys meet every Monday night at 8 p.m. to be able to have men's fellowship or men's gathering at your local church or at your local home that you have in your man cave, you can be able to set up your computer. You can be able to set up your DSLR camera or mirrorless camera or webcam and be able to stream your men's group online on a platform such as YouTube, Facebook, or some other social media platform that you want your men's group to be on. So that way it will give you the opportunity to do 2 things. Number 1, for those men who can't attend that Monday night, if you're meeting every Monday, 4 times out of a month or 2 times out of a month, on the Monday that they miss, by you live streaming it, they can then watch the men's group and engage in the live chat with you as the host and those who are there in person, and so they're able to attend. They're able to attend though they were not there personally. So you're creating a hybrid experience for you men to be able to gather together and have their men's group and fellowship. A second way you can live stream in reaching other men that may not be a part of your regular men's group is live streaming, like I said, on a YouTube or a Facebook, and be able to connect with other men that maybe have become friends with you on Facebook, or individuals who are searching for a men's group or a men's in gathering online, though they live in a different city and state. And so by you live streaming on the designated platform, whether if it's LinkedIn, whether if it's YouTube or Facebook, whatever you want to use, or X or Instagram, whether if you want to go horizontal or vertical, it gives you the ability to live stream your men's group and gives you the opportunity to reach more men. If nothing else, even if you don't connect with new viewers who engage in your live stream, it gives your existing men who are a part of your in gathering that if they have a particular date that they can't make it, they can watch it either on their iPhone or smartphone. They can watch it either on their laptop or tablet, or they can watch it on their smart HD television and still be engaged with the fellowship. And so that way, if you have a curriculum that you're going over each week, they don't have to fear or be upset or be frustrated that they miss a particular topic within the curriculum that they couldn't be in person for, but they can engage online. So that's the first way you can use live streaming. A second way that you can do this by live streaming, everything that I talked about in the live streaming, you can take it a step further and multi-stream. You can multi-stream. Now, what do I mean by that? Typically, if you don't have a live streaming software platform like a StreamYard or Restream or Ecamm or OBS, if you don't have a platform that allows you to multi-stream, you primarily are going to be live streaming to one particular platform. Say primarily, let's say YouTube. But now when you get something like a StreamYard or a Restream, now it gives you the ability now to multi-stream to not only YouTube, and now you're going to be live streaming to YouTube, to Facebook, to LinkedIn, depending on the plan that you have, based on how many destinations you can go to. Okay. And so by multi streaming, now you have increased the opportunity for you to connect and engage with other men online. So maybe the men that you're trying, a new audience of men you're trying to reach, maybe they're not on Facebook. Maybe they're on YouTube, or simultaneously you can reach them both on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Similar like how we're doing tonight. We're on YouTube and we're multi-streaming on LinkedIn. And if I wanted to take it a step further, I could have chose Facebook. But for the purpose of this discussion, I primarily wanted to keep it to LinkedIn and to YouTube. Those are the two primary channels that I multi-stream to. But if I'm not multi-streaming, I'm primarily live streaming, talking to men, encouraging men to be great husbands, to be devoted fathers, and to be men of integrity, men who know how to serve God and serve his people. I'm primarily doing that on YouTube. But multi-streaming gives you the ability through a live streaming platform to engage and reach more men. So those are just two ways you can use live streaming to be able to keep a consistency with your men that are regularly attending and to engage with more men. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this special edition of Man Talk Live, we're talking about 5 different ways, 5 tips on how you can grow your men's group or ministry through live streaming. Do me a favor, click the thumbs up button either on LinkedIn or YouTube and share this on your favorite social media platform. So let's now go to tip number 3. Tip number 3, still live streaming, but now maybe you want to live stream to, let's say, a social media platform that gives you the ability to create a private group. a private group. Now, why do I say private group versus public group? Well, with private groups, it gives you the ability to bring in the individuals who want to join your private group, such as Facebook, and be able to eliminate individuals who are don't share the same interests and values and just want to bring a whole lot of noise. Okay, they want to bring a lot of noise. Let me say it a very nice way, because sometimes when you look at most private groups like Facebook, if they're public, you not only you see the individuals who want to gather together and share common goals and interests, but then you have other people who have other alternative motives and agendas that want to be a part of the group to promote themselves and to spam people with what they feel is important that they want to share with the group. And so as a result, it's not a positive experience. But when it's a private group and you have individuals joining your private group, now that gives you the ability to live stream, say particular to Facebook, and and if you have a streaming software similar to like StreamYard, where you can bring on 10 people at a time, 5 would be in the green room, 5 would be on screen with you. You can rotate bringing each individuals on, and the individuals that again may not be able to get onto the stream because they have other commitments, but they still want to participate, they can watch the men's group or men's gathering through the private face group. And so this is going to be another great way to help you to have consistency in men attending and men who are interested in gathering and learning more about your group. Now, primarily, you want to be able to meet with other men face to face. I prefer that, right? The word of God does say, iron sharpens iron. As a friend's countenance is encouraged by the words and the presence of another brother, it's important to gather in person. But however, because of the times that we're living in, I think it's important for us to think outside the box, okay, and be able to have this element of being able to have a Facebook group and a private group where you can be able to meet consistently with your men. But at the same time, if you're trying to grow your small group and you're trying to engage with other men's ministry that, let's say, are in your local area, but again, because of scheduling conflicts, by you having it on a Facebook private group, now that men's ministry, those men now can engage, be a part of the group, and watch the stream. And again, if they so desire, you can then bring them on as guests, having the discussion of the topic that you are discussing, whether if that topic is talking about what it does it mean to be a real man, rather if that topic's about discussing the real manhood realities that we as men go through. You have this Facebook private group that you can be able to live stream to and be able to engage men, to encourage them that, hey, a real man rejects passivity. A real man engages with God and also engages with his family, to encourage men that it is important to accept responsibility as a man, to encourage men through your Facebook private group that as men, we have to lead courageously. And then finally, to encourage men, whether if you're live streaming specifically to the private group or multi-streaming, that as men, we have the responsibility to mentor and to disciple and encourage men. And so this is a great way of using the tool of live streaming to grow your small men's group, to build your men's group, leveraging technology through live streaming. Okay, so we talked about live streaming, we talked about multi-streaming, we talked about private groups. Okay, it's important to understand that these platforms that I've talked about, these are platforms we don't own. It's rented space. It can be here today, and it can be gone tomorrow. Uh, you remember MySpace? MySpace was here at one moment. Now it's gone. You remember Twitter? Twitter was here one day. Now it's gone and replaced by X. Do you remember Periscope? Periscope was here one day, got took over by Twitter, and now Periscope is gone, Twitter is gone, and replaced by X. So these social media platforms, they can be here today and gone tomorrow. Or if there is some misunderstanding that if you don't follow the terms and conditions of said platform, by you posting something that's not within their terms and their conditions, you can end up, losing access to your platform for a period of time, or in a worst case scenario, get it permanently took down. Another scenario could be whereas if your platform gets hacked, your Facebook page gets hacked. Now you don't have access. So how do you keep the men's group going through live streaming? I'm glad you asked that question. Having a website. Now, whether if that website is your church website or if it's a dedicated men's group website that you own, you pay for the domain. You pay for the domain, the URL. You are putting content on the website, and then you can connect through a streaming software such as StreamYard or Ecamm or Restream. You can now live stream to your website, and it gives individuals the ability, again, a place where they can go to and engage in the men's fellowship. Though it's being live streamed, though they're not in person, they're watching online, and it gives them the ability to be able to ask questions and make comments that you can respond to, with the understanding that this is something you own. This is something you're paying for. This is something a platform that you can build. And if you so desire to want to add a podcast to it and turn the live stream into a podcast, you can do it all from your website. And you don't have to worry about, MySpace or Periscope or Twitter being here today and gone tomorrow, because it's your website. And so this is just another great way on how you can use live streaming to be able to grow your small men's group or gathering. Here's the question. Are you stepping out the box and using this technology of live streaming to help your men to be consistent in attending men's fellowship? Maybe you want to do it where it's in the comfort of everyone's own home, because it's on an evening where people who got home from work, and you just schedule some other time where you guys gather together. So whether if you're doing it through a social media platform or your website, it's something that you own, and it's something that you can use to engage your members who are part of your group and your fellowship, and engaging new individuals who have an interest in that. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this episode on how to grow your men's group through live streaming, do me a favor, click the like button for me, share this on your favorite social media platform. And if you're new here to the Real Men Rising YouTube channel, I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel, click the alert notification button, and be a part of the conversation of real men that's raising the standard of manhood, not just in their life, but in the generation to come. And you can do that also. If you're watching me on LinkedIn, you can follow me on LinkedIn. All right, which brings me now to my final tip. My final tip on how you can use live streaming to grow your men's group. You can live stream also if you don't want to use a streaming software like a StreamYard or a Restream or Ecamm. You can be able to use something like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, that you can use to be able to live stream through that virtual meeting platform. And you can use the live streaming portion of it now where you have individuals coming into the Zoom virtual meeting, and maybe you have your private Facebook group connected to it, and now you're live streaming through it, and individuals that are in the virtual meeting are, they understand that it's going to be on camera, people are going to be live, and so they're going to be engaging with a live audience online. And as long as everyone is has a consent and an agreement with that, now you're allowing your group, whether if it's 5, 10, 15, 25 or more, to be able to live stream through that virtual meeting platform such as Zoom or Microsoft Teams. Another another good feature that great feature I like about this virtual meeting is if you have 10 to 15, 25 men there, as you're doing your live stream, if you've come to the part where before you go live and you got new people coming in to your fellowship, your gathering online, and you want to have a time of people just getting to meet one another for the first time, you can put individuals in a breakout room and give them a set designated time to, say a 2-minute elevator pitch. Get them the opportunity to introduce themselves, where they're from, what local church they're a part of. Maybe you set it for 10 minutes, so there's 5 men in each breakout room. So you set up about 5 breakout rooms, and then once it's over, you bring them all back into the main meeting room, okay? And then you start the live stream in your private Facebook group or on YouTube. Now, primarily, last time I checked, I think Zoom allows you to be able to do either YouTube or Facebook. Now, it won't let you multi-stream, but it's going to let you do one or the other. But do you see how you can use the feature of a virtual meeting? And as you start to have new people come in, before you go live, have people go into breakout rooms, spend that 10 minutes of each man within that breakout room getting to know one another. Or you have the live stream, you go live, and then after the live stream ends, after it ends, you end the broadcast, maybe you put 5 men, 5 breakout rooms, 5 men in each room, and now you discuss the curriculum you had shared through the live stream, and allow individuals to come back and to give their feedback or their comments or what they took from it, and share it amongst a small group, and then them all coming back, and maybe they designate one person to speak on behalf of the group. You see how you can use virtual meetings and live streaming as a tool and as a way to connect with other men, or just keeping men consistently coming because of scheduling conflicts, or if you're reaching out to another local church in the area and you're using something like Zoom or Microsoft Teams to grow your small men's group, to build your men's group, or to introduce new curriculum. Hey, this is a great way for you to be able to, grow your men's fellowship, your men's gathering, and not have to get frustrated because you can't get men to be consistent in coming. One thing that I've come to understand about us as men, we want to be able to have a safe place where we can come and be a part of a gathering where we feel welcome, where we feel wanted, and we feel needed. And if we found a place like that, but if there is a scheduling conflict that keeps us from coming on a regular basis, live streaming is a great way for you as a men's leader or director or convener to be able to provide this as another tool where you create a hybrid platform for men to be able to gather. So maybe you have so many in person and so many online, or if it's just dedicated online and you have 2 other times where your men get together and meet. Maybe you have breakfast 2 times out of a month, or you get together and have dinner. So you're not eliminating, the opportunity for men not to gather together in person, but you're still creating a way where there is an avenue, a way where you could still consistently meet together on a regular basis. So here's my question, the question of the day: are you using live streaming to be able to grow your men's group? And if you are, what has been one of the main benefits from for you? Let me know in the chat. If you're watching me live here on YouTube, let me know in the chat on LinkedIn, or if you're watching the replay up to this point, let me know in the comment section. What's one big benefit you've got from it? And if you're not using it and you say, I need help, Walter, I need help. It sounds like a great idea to do it. But I need help. Hey, reach out to us here at Real Men Rising YouTube channel, and let's get together and let's have a conversation on how we can get your men's group to the next level. And to put your toe into the online platforming of live streaming, so that you can connect, not just connect with God, but connect people to people. I love that motto, if you will, that Christ Church USA always says with Pastor David Ireland. So I want to give credit to where I heard that from. But you say, who are some examples who use live streaming very effective to grow their men's ministry? Certainly, I'm a big advocate and person who's real big on live streaming. But who I've seen really utilize this very well effectively? There's 2 ministries that work together. They come together every Thursday night. I want to shout them out tonight as we bring this episode to a close. One is WDOM, World Deliverance Ministry, under the leadership of Apostle Chris Holmes and Minister William Sorrell. And then there is Arizona Christian Men's Fellowship. They're both out of Arizona, but they collaborate together every Thursday night. So it's about 9:00 Eastern time, my time, and it's about 6 their time. And it allows 2 fellowships to get together and to live stream through their Facebook private group. Okay. But it also gives them the ability to people who may be connected with them on Facebook that may have an interest and be a part of their collaboration of men's groups gathering together, to be able to join on Zoom. And they do this very effective. They do it very effective. And it, and I make it a point that at least if I'm not there every Thursday night, I try to make sure that I'm there at least twice out of a month. Now, I live way in the Northeast in New York, but they have individuals that are a part of their fellowship through Detroit, Michigan, individuals that are in California, and all other parts of the country. So this works. This works. And you have 2 different men's groups from 2 different ministries and churches coming together on one accord, sharing curriculum like Tony Evans' No More Excuses, or Eric Mason's Manhood Restored. And they're gathering together and they're talking about real manhood issues, sharing real manhood solutions, sharing real talk through their men's group fellowships every Thursday night. And they're consistent with it. These brothers, I've been knowing of them now since 2020, since the pandemic. And they're still going strong. And so this works. Question now is, now that you have the information, what are you going to do with it? You've been searching and trying to come up with ways to grow your men's group. Okay, this is one great way to do it. And so, hey, if you're getting great value, if you've gotten great value out of this episode, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up on either platform, YouTube or LinkedIn. Share this on your favorite social media platform and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Real Men Rising, where we're committed to help you to be a great husband, a devoted father, and a man of integrity. That's the content. That's the content that we wanted to share on this special edition Sunday night Man Talk Live. Just wanted to come on tonight and share some content that would encourage you and get you ready for this weekday, Monday coming up. And so give you some great material. Well, I don't see any comments on either platform. I don't see any questions. I want to thank each and every one of you taking time out your schedule, especially those on the replay. Let me hear your feedback on this topic. Look forward to responding to your comments. Hey, we'll see you our regular time Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, God bless.